We pay the bands that we can afford to pay, but there's 250 bands. If we were to pay everyone a standard rate, we'd probably be up to about $100,000 just in bands alone, and that's, thank God they work with us. They play a 45-minute set, and you know, we promise them exposure and a good time because of what a great place Utica is. It goes right down to each venue has security, each venue has sound, and all that has to be paid for, and that's about $1,000 per venue for the weekend. Then we go into, if we block off a street, we got to get the permits, we got to, the tent people, the electric, make sure the electric's there. We got to hire our own guys to make sure the festival runs smooth. What we try to do is make it so good that other people want to get involved. So obviously we can't do it by ourselves. And we found the fest growing, and it immediately became a need for sponsors, because at first we didn't have a team for them, and all of a sudden we see it growing so big, and there was the need, and that's when we decided to go get them. Lucky for us, I mean, it was a blessing that AmeriQ decided to do this, because honestly, they made it more comfortable. If they didn't, we would have lost a lot of money, you know, as far as coming out of our pockets. But because all those things were paid for on the side and we didn't have to worry about that, that made us be able to work harder and focus on the organization of the fest, because that's one thing last year that needed a little more improvement, which I think we hit because of that, because of the sponsors.
Just for face value, the Music and Arts Fest is just a wonderful event, period. You know, the economic impact, I mean, is remarkable. I mean, the Utica Music and Arts Festival has had a economic impact on the city like no other. I mean, it's an unusually slow September, and this has generated a lot of, if you will, activity on the Barrack Street and in the entire city of Utica. You know, it serves kind of as its own economic stimulus package. I mean, our restaurants are full, our bars, our gas stations, our grocery stores, you know, everybody benefited from the festival's influence, and you know, it's just been a wonderful economic impact on the area.
We really took it upon ourselves at the Chamber to try to measure that economic impact, and in cooperation with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, based upon some data from Empire State Development, we were able to identify that overall this three-day event had an economic impact within the general Utica area of about $300,000. It's pretty significant given this is the second year, and we're also seeing a 33% year-over-year increase in those people that attended the Utica Music and Arts Festival.
We had some Canadian bands come down, a lot of downstate bands. We had a lot of bands from Brooklyn, we had a lot of bands from Poughkeepsie and New Paltz area, but we also had a lot of Philly bands, a lot of bands from Philly. There's probably like 5 or 6 bands from Philadelphia that came up. DC, Baltimore, even far out, there's a band from California that came out. I don't know the name of that band, but there was a band from California that did come out. So yeah, as far as bands traveling from far and wide, yeah, they did. They definitely came far and wide to come to Utica.
I have to be honest with you, I was a little skeptical at first. I'm used to like booking my own acts and being able to control, you know, who's at my establishment. And on Thursday it was a little slow, and a couple of the acts didn't show up, so I was kind of disappointed and frustrated. But on Friday and Saturday the acts were amazing, and it really brought a good vibe to the whole area. You know, it was a nice community event where people were going from place to place to place, and I got customers that wouldn't probably normally come in, who came in and, you know, saw a great show from great bands, some national acts actually, that I was really pleased that, you know, the event organizers were able to bring that type of entertainment to me. And the thing is, it wasn't just people, familiar faces from the Utica area. There were people that came in from out of town to see these acts and to experience the fest. So it was a nice event, and I can't wait to be a part of it again next year.
Well, you know, as mayor, I was proud to be part of this successful endeavor. You know, it shows Utica is kind of a hip town, you know, that, you know, we're not just these, I don't know what you want to call it, but, you know, Utica's got the arts, it's got the culture activity that you need, it's got the restaurants, it's got the nightlife, we've got it all. You know, they used to say years ago, Utica has it all. Well, now it does. Utica has it all.
We promoted this on our website, we promoted it on our Facebook page. It really worked very well together. You know, you got this grassroots effort of 3 hippies creating one of the greatest economic impacts of this within this area, and then you've got the the formal networks of the Chamber of Commerce, your traditional economic development groups that are supporting these three hippies and making this economic development event a tremendous success. Looking forward, again, only better.
I'm not afraid of more establishments coming in and more acts coming in. I think it's great for the area. It's only going to bring in more people. And the more people we bring in, they get a taste of Utica, a taste of our greens, a taste of our Riggies, a taste of, you know, the Saranac product, the better off we're all going to be. You know, not just business on Varick Street, but the whole city.
Well, you know, music is a unique form of art. You don't just hear it, you can see it, you can feel it. You know, music, it's a soundtrack of our lives. Anything that I can do within my power as the mayor and within the confines of my office, I will do, because I think this is a great endeavor and I think it's here to stay.
As a lifelong resident from this area, we've seen prosperity, we've seen challenges from an economic perspective, although those of us who are from here recognize that this is a very unique place. It's a place we call home. And we have a lot to be proud of, and as this builds, we should celebrate it. We should look at this as part of our revitalization, part of what our future can be. And if we look upon our past, we've got a past that's very rich in history, arts, and culture. That very well could be our future. Looking back, only good things. Looking forward, only better things.
We're just trying to show people that Utica knows what's up, and it is a hip happening town, and it's only going to get better.
We're already into full work mode. I guess I try to resist and try to take a week or two off, but the emails keep coming in, the calls keep coming in, and it's our duty to answer to all these, because now that we've created this, we have to keep up with it. So I'm very excited because more people are going to be involved in the planning, and you know, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
We want to thank Mayor David Rufaro and the City of Utica for letting us, you know, put on the event and using Henna Park and blocking off Varick Street. Thank the police department as well and the fire department for letting us do our thing. Also want to thank the Chamber of Commerce for really putting a lot of support behind us. Frank Elias and his crew has been absolutely wonderful to us, bending over backwards, getting us media sponsors, so they have been absolutely awesome. And thank you, Central New York, for making the Utica Music and Arts Fest very successful this year.